And I'm live. Hey guys, what you guys doing? This is Mark, aka Crisis169, coming to you live. Power Spectrum Internet. I'm here, you're there. Let's get on to it now. Now, the thumbnail is not anything to be mad about. Gigabyte Trio GeForce 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte DDR7 graphics card. I finally pulled the trigger on it today. I was waiting on some bonuses from work that come in, finally come through. Um, Once I got the confirmation, then all the goods gonna get. I went ahead and struck down. It was hot and got it because I did this because guys, after January 1st, they're talking about prices going up. We all know we all know DDR5 RAM. It's hard for graphics card manufacturers to go downgrade from DDR7 to 6 to 5 or whatever. It always goes forward or up. It doesn't rarely go back down. So for them to say Jay's 2 cents, Gamers Nexus, and of course a couple shouts here to Gamers Nexus, Jay's 2 cents, Howard Unboxing, Iceberg Tech, and Paul's Hardware. Thank you guys for watching my channel. I know you guys come in occasionally watch it. You don't leave comments, but I do appreciate you guys just skimming on by. These guys here are very pinnacle when it comes to me making my decision. Now, I didn't ask them for a lot of tech help because really, it's my money and we do what I want with it. Like your money, you do what you want with it. Like their money, you do what I want with it. But I did ask questions about certain things. But I've been researching the 3070 versus the 5060 Ti, 16 gig. Yes, 3070 is still a decent card. It's not, oh my God, garbage, trash, throw it in the garbage can. No, and open the lid, throw the thing in the shitter. No, it's not that. The reason why I went to a 5060 I did and not 5070 was A, because price. Price 5070 Ti 16 gig are still 800 bucks, 700, 800 bucks. It's like, no, they come down to $500 maybe, but they're not going to because people are still buying damn things at 700, $800 because people got money to burn, I guess. You and I don't. A lot of people do, I guess. So that's why they do what they do. Okay, and and I'm all for that, and I'm all for people spending the money they want to spend. You want to spend the money how you want to spend it, go by all means, go for it. Spend it how you want to spend it. It's your money. You do what you want with it. Um, and I feel like that right there is the reason why I pulled the trigger on this was a little fear too as well. Because let's be honest for ourselves. Let's be honest for ourselves. The 50 series has not been living to our expectations. Unless you're buying a 5090 or 5080, expectations weren't very high for 5070, 5070 Ti's, 5060 for that matter. A lot of people say, well, 5060 Ti is garbage, trash, it shouldn't exist. Yes, 8 gigabyte, yes. I admit, I admit, the 8 gigabyte models were tempting to buy. They're cheaper. But realizing I wanted 16 gigs, not 8 gigs. And that's something that, needs to be addressed. NVIDIA knows what they're doing. Yes, you can buy 8 gigabyte card for $300. That's great. But you're getting back to the same place you were right now. Yeah, you may get fast. You may get faster DDR7 speed, but you're still paying for it in the VRAM department. I went from a 3070 to a 5060 16 gig, not because I want to downgrade 15% more and not really that much difference, blah blah blah. The VRAM is what I'm looking at. The VRAM, yes, of course, in my card overclocked too. What I call it like 5. It was I think it was 525. It's on Newegg right now for the Gigabyte Aero GeForce 5060 Ti 16 gig DDR7 PCIe 5.0. Has eight pins and have a 70 750 power supply will run it really well. Overclock 16 gigabyte for 479. Altogether, it cost me right around 525 in taxes. Actually, the shipping was free. Shipping's like 25, $30 right then and there. Taxes, now you had to go with taxes. You can't. Now, online has taxes now. Maybe 30 years ago, 25 years ago, taxes weren't really a thing because online shopping wasn't really shopping. But about $40 in taxes. So I paid about 525 for a 5060 uh, three fan overclock. It's white, uh, not black, because black one sold out obviously at 499. Uh, the gaming one would have been a good one too, but no, I want the Aero. No, I wanted a white one because I wanted to mix up my rig. I have colors green, I have white in there. I have RGB that has white in there. I have RGB that's green in there. I wanted to add something white. Now I would add Christmas color. I would add a red one and green with Christmas, but I could do that on my RGB anyway. So I didn't want to do that kind of corny. So I went ahead and and got a white one. But the reason why I went and bit the bullet and got into the 50 series finally was the 30 series is 2 generations behind. It's not going to get any better for 37 on games. I don't care what Jay's 2 cents anybody says to me or anybody says to anybody else. The 30 series is done. The 30 series graphics cards are done. Yes, if you got a 3080 12 gigabyte, 3090 12 gigabyte, you're still holding on, fist in the air, holding on. If you got a 3070, 3070 Ti, every 3060 12 gig is getting the crap kicked out of it by a 5060 8 gigabyte card. 3060 has 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Granted, it's damn headset. Sorry guys, but it's limited by what it can do. This gaming thing it's a good 1440p card for me. I know how to run cards 1440p really well. I know it has a 128 gigabyte bus. It's not the most powerful thing out there, but it has what I want it to have. And it has 2800 gigabytes. It's 16 gigs, um, 4 slots, color silver, so it's a little different than yellow. Uh, but it is still a good card. Now, will that be considered? And it says it does 8K. I beg to differ on 8K. My power supply it has 8 pin, blah blah blah, 281 millimeters, 2 slots. It's a beefy card, but I have a beefy card. I have a 3070. I think it's wider than this 16, than this 5060 here. No, it's probably the same size, wrong. Maybe a little smaller. But I made the decision because VRAM issues with 3070. Price to performance right now, 3070 is pricing itself out. Yes, I could have traded my 3070 into Newegg for $190. Could have. I got a friend of mine who wants to upgrade from I think a 1030. He has no budget issues, and he got taken care of, but the graphics card went too high. He couldn't afford a graphics card now. So I'm gonna gift him my 3070 for him. That will run on his rig, by the way. So it'd be a huge upgrade for him. Granted, he's still gonna have a problem with the VRAM, but a lot better than he has right now with a 1030. So much so he almost bought a gaming console just to play games. He has a Steam Deck gonna hold him over for a while, but he wants to get his game rig up and running again. I'm gonna gift him my 3070 for Christmas technically. So he has that to go with. He upgraded the power supply, and the motherboard's still good. It'll run it, it'll run it pretty well. But he had issue. He bought 1030 because it was cheaper, and he got it back, a couple years ago. And it's of course, they're slowly getting rid of the drivers for it, and so it's why he bought the Steam Deck to hold him over for a while, not knowing the RAM is going to be as it is right now. He's still an AM4. He has Intel. He has AM4 or a DDR4. He's an Intel DDR4. Um, so he's going to do that. He could buy art cards, but he just didn't like them. I think he bought like a 580 or what it was, something it was. The first one that didn't work, he took it back, and he swore off the art cards after that. I keep telling him to try it again because the cards are getting better and they're a lot cheaper than the Nvidia and AMD, but whatever. So, but I'm doing this more for myself than anything else because it's time for me to upgrade my rig. And I know when I upgrade my rig, I'm gonna have to upgrade the drivers and take off the old drivers and DDU kind of thing. And I've been researching. I already have a video saved on my phone for it, in my TV in the back on YouTube. I already saved the how-to video to do all that. Hardest part is it's probably the most nerve-wracking I'm gonna have to do is get the card out of the rig. Doing the driver wipe, that's pretty simple. That's where you do all that when you're done. Getting the card out of there, the first time doing it. Of course, it's the first time doing my BIOS too, so I did it myself. That's pretty cool. So I was like, you know what? I need to up my game up. I'd be 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 1 right now. 1 for 2. I'm 2 for 2. But me personally, if you're gonna buy a graphics card, if you got a 3080 Ti, 3090, you're pretty much gonna be where you're at for a while longer. 12 gigabyte cards are so good. The reason why I didn't go to a 5090 or a 5070 is not because I don't want, the better bust. Not because I don't want, not because, I don't want the bigger bust. It's not because I don't want, the better situation at hand. It's not because, I didn't want the, bigger bust or bigger thing like that, or I didn't want that. It wasn't the case. What it was for me personally was it's understandable to have the situation at hand. And I went with a 3 fan to 2 fan because of cooling situations. I would have got on Amazon. So these prices are out of control. Looking at them right now. A lot of suppliers, they say Amazon seller or stuff like that, but 519 is kind of expensive for this. Yeah, it's 3 fan. It's a Venture 3 overclock, stuff like that. Blah blah blah. I knew what I was getting into when I bought the fan. When I got the card, um, when I ordered it. So I went on Newegg and bought it, and paid $525 for it. Not bad at all. My limit was $530, and people say, well, you could have gone, to Newegg and got, a 5070. Okay, let's type in Newegg here. Newegg. Let's type in 5070. Okay. They start, the TIs come up first, by the way, at 549. 549 for 12 gigabytes. Granted, 192-bit bust. I have 128-bit bust. Okay. It's a little different. A little different than what, than what is norm. You know, it is like about 64 memory different bus. It's a little slower. My 5060 Ti Super 5060 Ti 16 gig is a little slower than the standard 5070, but the VRAM is only 12 gigabytes, and it costs $549 compared to 479 that I paid. It's still a Newegg, by the way. Too. It's on Newegg. So we'll go Ti version. Okay, go Ti 749. Okay, I am not spending $800 on a graphics card, folks. Not gonna happen. How about 9070 XT? How about how much those? How much those gonna cost? 599, 699, 799, 8 something, 849, 709, 1200 bucks. This one here. That's 1300 bucks. That's just bullshit. Um, how about the non XT? Yeah, try that one. Non XT. Okay, the non XT version. 599. It only shows XT versions, by the way, for some reason. Let's see here. They didn't even show it is 549 for non XTs. Um, the 9060s actually are a little weaker than the 5060 Ti 16 gigs. 379. Not a bad price, trust me. Now you have a DNR4. Not a bad price for what you're getting out of it. Like I said, I'm not arguing with people who say AMD's better, Intel's better, blah blah. I don't care about that. I'm going with what I go with. Okay? And I'm going with what I go with. And I'm going with what I know. And what I know personally for myself is that the 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte overclock version that I'm getting, um, for me, is than a lot better for me. I got it from Newegg. It's Aero. It's all silver for some reason, but whatever. I don't care. Um, and it's what I am doing for myself. I said to myself, I'm not comparing a 37. I'm not comparing a 5070, a 9070, a 1070, or whatever 7. I'm comparing a 3070 to what I have right now. This to a 37 right now. Yes, 37 is still faster in certain games, and that's great and fun and whoopie freaking do. But you got to understand the VRAM gigabyte monster is coming down the road, like Pac-Man. And eventually, 3070 is going to be pretty much no more than just an esports graphics card, where you're playing esports games, barely on that, at 1080p. The 3070 once was touted as being 1440p. Now it's touted as being 1080p. For that reason alone. So, while I'm telling people this stuff, I'm not saying this crap to make myself feel special or feel important. I'm telling you this stuff because I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm seeing. I know what I'm hearing. I know what you guys are saying. And the comments I had below about the comments below about the 9070, hey, it's all great. If you want to buy a 90 and 9070, go for it. 96 XT, 16 gigabyte card, DDR6. It's not bad for 379. Not bad at all. Originally it was 389. Not bad for money. But I'm going with Team Green, not because I'm Team Green for life, kind of weird crap. It's because I know what they do. I know the shady shit that Nvidia does, and I understand what they do. So I get what Nvidia is about. That's why I have no problem buying the graphics card from them. I can get the camera. Here it goes. There it goes. Reset. Buying this. See, I'm comparing a 3070 to a 5060 Ti. I could pair a 9060 XT to 5060 Ti 16 gig. The 5060 mops the floor with the 9060 XT. 9070 smacks the shit out of the 5060 Ti. The 5070 falls short of the 9070 in certain games. Why is that? Resolution and VRAM. See, guys, I play 1440p with a 32, 34-inch monitor. It's 34 by 40 by 1440p, 165 hertz monitor. Yes, the 5070 would have been a great thing to pop into my rig and full bore it. But once at a certain amount of time, I've been seeing games, people playing on actual resolution, not just some fantasy, benchmarking, actual gameplay on YouTube. I've been watching these guys for the last 2 months, watching Jay's 2 Cents, Gamers Next, even people off the wall, people I don't even know, watching them, review these cards, getting input, going online, researching, going to people who know gaming, going out there, calling Micro Center that's 1,000, about 500 miles away from me in another state, asking, hey, how do you guys feel about this? It sounds silly, but I'm asking people who are in the know because I need to know. I want input. I don't want to go click on this because it's a great thing. This is Gigabyte. Mine's a Gigabyte, by the way. Um, but I did a lot of research for over a year. Research at 5060. Do I want 5060, 5070? Because I knew the video cards are going to be up in price. I knew that. I knew the cards would be up in price. I knew, NVIDIA tax is real. Just like Nintendo, tax is real. Do quotations, tax is real. Tax um, is real. Um, and, it does exist. There's people out there that buy only Team Green, Team Red, Nintendo, whatever, because it's what they always bought. Me, I would have bought a NVIDIA card if they weren't costing $700, $800. But I'm not going to buy Team Green here for $800. My loyalty is to myself and to what I like to do, and to you guys making videos. And if I can have a little better performance with a 5060 Ti, the newer stuff I can do with it, and have a good game experience, hopefully I have a better game experience in the end, that helps out in the end. It helps my channel out because you don't know. Maybe the 3070 was holding my channel back a little bit with the game, with the streaming and stuff. Who knows? Maybe not. The point is, guys, I upgraded because the VRAM with limitations were driving me crazy. Every game I purchase has 8 gigabytes as minimum. Like, really? It's just, and I understand why. Like I said though, if you have a 3080, 3090, you're not worrying too much. 3080 Ti, I mean, 3080, you're pretty much the same boat I am right now. But even the 3080 Ti crowd's like, you know what? I need to upgrade something different. So I know I have to go to DDU and and wipe all my drivers off. That's simple to do. I have a video on my phone to watch. I've been watching it. I've been practicing. I've been getting it ready. I've been going to it, almost clicking on it, but not clicking on it, backing out. And I've been practicing in my head and then practicing on my computer how I'm going to do it. Because I need to practice this stuff. Because it sounds silly and stupid. But I did my own BIOS update. It took 2 years to do my own BIOS update to build enough confidence to do that. Once I did it, bam, it was simple. Easiest thing I ever done. Now I'm going to a little more, not advanced, but step up. I'm going to go take out my old graphics card. It has two 8-pin slots. I only need one up for this 5060. I'm gonna take off the main bar, put a little smart bar, the small bar that comes with it. You know, so I have a lot of things to do. It's going to be here on the 15th. It said the 15th, so that's about about 4 days away. No, it may come on Sunday. You never know. It may arrive on Sunday. Probably now. Who knows? Uh, I'm going through Newegg, so who knows? Now they may ship through Amazon. You never know how these people do stuff. They may ship through FedEx or whatever. But I get it. I'll do what I got to do. But I bought the card not because I just want to go out and buy something, but I wanted a card for future proofing my gaming experience. Because right now, guys, VRAM is going to be the next thing that these AI the Terminators are going to be sucking up eventually. And once these AI people get the hold of stuff, it's going to be all over. No, then the end of gaming. J2 is right. And no, ain't the end of gaming. It's just the end of gaming as we know it, as being this cool thing. You can go to the store, buy that DDR5, get it home, pop it in. Now you have to sell kidneys, sell your cat, sell your house, sell your soul to buy DDR5. I have DDR4 still. This graphics card is going to work fine. DDR4, DDR5, DDR6 if it ever comes out. DDR6 would be a fit for a Terminator. Terminator RAM eyes that light up. Goes dun 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 dun, dun and never mind. But the point that's the joke. But anyway, though, the reason why I did it was mostly future proofing, VRAM usage, and also I want to stretch my legs a little bit. I want to upgrade as I go along with my rig because I knew the DDR5 was going to be expensive. I kind of had heard the rambling about AI and stuff coming about a couple years ago. My power supply will be next. Have to upgrade that eventually. It's about 5 years old. I have a 750 power supply. Requires 650 with the graphics card. I got plenty of wiggle room, so it ain't pushing too far. It's already overclocked, so I don't have to worry about overclocking it anyway. So that's good. So I'll at least know out the gate if my system catches fire and burns down. No, but I ain't gonna do that. But my point is, guys, this: I'm striking the irons hot. Mine, I got that once again. It's a Gigabyte Aero GeForce 16 gigabyte 5060 Ti DDR7 for $479.99. Originally $500 something dollars. Now about $29 savings. Not bad savings for what I'm getting out of it. Of what I'm doing with it. Sorry, the camera frame needs to be adjusted. Of what I'm getting out of it. So if you guys are looking to get a gaming graphics card, I would probably strike. All right, guys, I didn't even get the camera to adjust and being fuzzy. Um, I'll probably strike before the end of the year because right now we have one, two, we have less than 2 weeks. We have a week, one more week away for Christmas, and we have 2 weeks away for the end of the new year. And you know what's going to happen in the new year. If you don't know, you're going to find out. Prices are going to go up on graphics cards. Not because not because NVIDIA and AMD want to rub money all over themselves, and maybe they do. I don't know. They're freaks anyway. They're probably freaks. They probably take green Jello, rub whatever. Don't get the thought of the CEOs of NVIDIA and AMD rubbing themselves with green Jello on money. That's a weird sight. Wake up with a damn panic attack or whatever. But I mean, but don't worry about that. But I mean, it's going to be that way. Yeah, I know. I saw it too myself though. Yeah, I was looking for a 3-fan one, and I got the 3-fan as well. Uh, for me personally, that's what I wanted. Was let's see here, 3-fan, 50, 60, 60 byte. Yeah, I saw that. You know, 329, yeah. But no, it's not overclocked though. That's why I went with the overclock one. Trust me, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it there. Trust me. Um, I wanted the overclock version. I wanted a little overclocking on it. I wanted to have it, a little more. So of course, I never bought Gigabyte before. I had Asus at one time. I had a Asus 2060. Uh, then now I have an MSI. I have a Zotac. Sorry. Um, I had Asus Power Supply. No, not Power. What Asus was? Oh, whatever. But now, so I went ahead and bought this Gigabyte one, and I do enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it when it comes in. I'm happy I bought the thing, and now the prices are gonna go up again eventually, like I say, guys. So it is good. Strike it iron hot now when you can. Um, I didn't go 57 Ti because that's just too expensive for me. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. And the reviews of Jay's 2 cents and a lot of people who are not named Jay's 2 cents and not named Gamers Nexus, are pretty much third party people, it's even said that 57 Ti's 16 gigs is not much of a marginal upgrade from a 5070. And I'm like, well, the price to performance is not there. How full of crap they are, I don't know. How full of crap are the rest of them? I don't know. I can't tell you guys what I don't know. Because, I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't have sponsors coming and giving me money to go sponsor stuff or whatever. I don't have no review copies of graphics card reviews. If I did, I wouldn't be working 20 years in retail. Uh, nah, maybe I would be. Well, right now, with the RAM prices being all right now, maybe I would be working in retail. Because it's just rough out there with RAM prices right now. That's why I bought when the iron was good. I know the Newegg had one for 439. I saw that. Um, it's Asus is a good brand. The MSI one's good too, but even Zotac one wasn't too bad. But I saw the 479 one. I kind of fell in love with it. Like, you know what? It's like when you buy your first when you buy your first car. You kind of fell in love with it. You bought it and you fell in love with the thing, even though it's just an automobile that's made of metal and the moving parts. Same with a graphics card. You look at it, you fall in love with it, and then you take it home. No, you don't pet name it George or anything, but you put it in your rig and you play on it. And you play games with it. That's how it is with me. Even my friend told me, you find the first thing you're gonna find, you're gonna fall in love with it. So be careful. And I looked around. I saw different ones. Saw the 431, 429 one as well. But I made my mind's mission that I wanted overclocked. I wanted 16 gigs. I wanted 3 fans. So I had an idea in my head what I wanted. Yeah, 439 is a little expensive, but like I said, I'd rather spend a couple hundred bucks more to get what I want than go with man. I should have got that one. So whatever, right? Well, guys, I'm in my video here. I do appreciate 61367 for your comment. It's well received. I appreciate it. Um, um, that you guys do care about what I'm buying. But I'm saying, guys, yeah, like I'm saying too as well. If you're gonna strike the iron, I strike iron hot because as the new year ends, this year ends, you might have a big sticker shock going up. I saw prices on Amazon. I saw prices before today, and the same card I saw or was sold out was about 450, 470. When I saw it again, it was like five something, 550 or whatever. It went up a lot within the span of 2 days. So 2, 3 days. So it's like you really got to get when the iron's hot, and sometimes you have to get it when it's getting good. And I made a decision, to get it when it gets good. So that's why I have no problem with it. I'll enjoy this card. I'll enjoy the new features. I'll try it out, and yes, Killer, if you're watching, I will do a review on it. Will I do an unboxing? Probably not, because I'm going to be literally taking the old drivers off and putting a new thing in and getting it ready to game on it. Then I'll play for probably a while because I won't make a video, guys. I won't be back on to make a video. Probably 23rd, I'll make a year in review video, whole 2025 review. How much of a weird f up this year this was. Um, or I may do it on the 29th, but I'll probably do it on 23rd because I'm gonna be going to Christmas and stuff with family. So stuff like that. So I'll be doing Christmas stuff with family, stuff like that with family. I'll be having fun with them, and I'll probably going to a casino and drinking that the night on 31st. So I'll be too drunk and incoherent to ask what day it is, And so I'm not even gonna do that. So I'm gonna keep the party with the friends. Um, Now, will I do an upload at the casino? Probably not. If I do a live stream, I would have, but I don't have. No, no, I don't have 1,000 subs to do that. No, I would do 1,000. I would do a live stream if you want me to lose money or whatever, but who wants to see that on the YouTube channel? No, it's kind of weird. Um, but yeah, so I'll be after 23rd. I'll be taking off at least 2 weeks, Christmas and New Year's. I'll be back. I do believe on. I think I'll be back on the 12th. I think 13th is Monday, January 13th. Then I'll be back. So after 23rd, I'll be off for 2 weeks. I may make upload videos here and there, things I hear. If I see random prices go way high or go low, I'll make quick videos, but it won't be like the video I make right now at home. It'd be mostly out and making small shot videos. But even then, I'll probably do less than those. Not because I don't want to, because things I gotta get done, things I gotta do. Because a whole New Year stuff going on. But I'm writing down what I want to be talking about my New Year's. You know how my year ended and my New Year revolution, and what I want to do in 2026. But yeah, I do appreciate their 1356.7 that comment on there. I do appreciate it because I didn't see it and I was pulled trigger. I was close on it. Like I gotta get this thing. So well, I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys being here. Once again, guys, if you guys are new to my channel, like, subscribe, and ring that bell. It's got plenty of videos down below of a rambling fat guy for the last 10, 12 years rambling on about weird stuff. You want to see a big fat guy ramble about weird stuff? Subscribe down below. Peace out, everybody. God bless you guys. Hope you have a great Christmas. I'll see you guys again. Have a great Christmas and a great New Year's. God bless all you. Peace out.